Hello and welcome to Channel Zero News with myself, Christina, and Randy. How are you doing, Randy?
I'm doing pretty well, Christina, and yourself?
I'm doing pretty well, but it's time to get into a more serious matter. Warhawks continue to beat the drums of war, led by John C. Calhoun and Henry Clay. Shawnee Chiefs were organizing a fight against the U.S. Our militia soon defeated the Shawnee at the Battle of Tippecanoe. Soon after, we found out that the Shawnee tribe obtained British weaponry, hinting at the fact that the British were plotting to attack the U.S.
Well, of course America would win, but I didn't think the Shawnee could obtain British weaponry. Seems like the British are getting some help from British allies.
Exactly. That's why we must defend our country with arms and prayers so our soldiers get home safe. We'll continue more after this short break.
If you love the U.S., buy a war bond.
If you love the military, buy a war bond.
Do you want to protect our country and protect people's lives? Buy a war bond.
Hello, welcome to Channel Zero News. This just in, the Treaty of Ghent was signed. Britain and America have come to an agreement over the War of 1812, and we have settled it with the Treaty of Ghent.
But unfortunately, another battle took place shortly after the treaty was instated at New Orleans. General Jackson went against a large British force with only a couple thousand men, and he was cornered and trapped in the city, but he won against all odds.
It was a great victory for America.
And next, we're going to go and interview with the president himself.
Hello, President Madison. It's a pleasure to have you here today. How are you?
I'm very well, and it's my pleasure. Thank you.
Where do you think America stands on the point of winning the war right now? What's our progress like?
We're very successful, and we handled the British people and their army pretty well. We have very great generals, as in Andrew Jackson, that handled this war very well, and I would say it was a dominant victory on our part.
Well, that's good to know. I'm sure the civilians are very happy about that.
Yes, the civilians are very happy. We stand for America.
Currently, what's your strategy? What are the generals fighting for? You know, how are we defeating the British?
Our generals are smart enough to know what they're doing. Like in the Battle of New Orleans, Jackson saw the ambush coming, had his men ready, and they outnumbered us. But we lost only a couple hundred men, and they lost thousands, and it was a triumphant win for us. And you know, I have faith in all our generals and leaders that they'll handle these wars and battles well.
Thank you, President Madison. It was a pleasure speaking to you.
Welcome back to Channel Zero News.
Well, Christina, we have some new information. Under the command of Oliver Hazard Perry, we defeated a British fleet on Lake Erie.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yes, and we also recaptured Detroit and won other battles, too.
And that's the proof that America is such a fantastic country.
Yes, it is.
This just in. We've got some new information that the British have torched the White House and other American towns at the Atlantic coast. We're very grateful that President Madison got out alive and in good health.
Hi, my name is Sana Greeny with Channel Zero News with the sports section. This just in. Colleen Freer wins the world title up against Nick Colello of Great Britain. Fox Hunting Edition. And America wins the title over Britain in lacrosse. They murdered them 10-0. And me, Sana Greeny, I wrestle also, won the world title over Jimmy Huber of Great Britain. I pinned him in 5 seconds. It was pretty funny. Thank you, everybody. Good night.
Welcome back to Channel Zero News with me and Erica.
Sal is in Boston, interviewing citizens on their opinion of war. Sal?
Hi, my name is Sal. This is Allie. I want to ask her a few questions about the war. Number one, how did you feel about Shawnee Chief organizing a fight against the U.S.?
We were outraged because the British told the Indians to attack us and go against us. We should retaliate and fight them and destroy their tiny army.
Number two, how did you feel when you found out that the British had their weapons?
We were ready to support the war, and our armies were ready for a fight.
Number three, did you ever think the British would attack the U.S.?
Yes, they had all the intentions to.
Thank you very much. I'm going to be asking him some questions on the war. What is your take on the British seizing our ships?
I think it's not the right thing to do, but many hostile Americans want to take action immediately, but we should wait it out, see what happens. I don't think the right action right now is to start an all war, because that is very foolish and costs a lot of money.
Do you agree with the British starting the war by opening fire on us? What should our army do about the 3 people killed and 10 injured?
Of course I don't agree, because I think killing is senseless and pointless, but I think our military should not take action with violence, but maybe try to come to agreement now. It's bad that we lost people, but what's going to make it better if we fight fire with fire and start killing and start an all-out war?
Do you agree with the President Jefferson's embargo?
Yes, I do agree, but at the same time, they shouldn't start a war. So he wants to send a message after them killing our men, and that is the best way to do it without starting a war. So Jefferson made a wise decision.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Hey, where's the bath?
Welcome back to Channel Zero News. This just in, Francis Scott Key has created a new song that is claimed to be our new national anthem.
He wrote a poem during the Battle of Baltimore. It was originally called Defense for Fort McHenry, but then it was blended with the British song A Crayon in Heaven to create the Star-Spangled Banner.
It is said to be that this will be our national anthem for the next centuries to come.
Some people don't think it will happen, but there's a possibility. Thank you for tuning in with us. We will see you next century.
Bye.